Hey there and welcome back. As always, I'm Carl with Targets of Attitude. And today I'm going to honor a request that we had online. To look at the new M16s from CRKT. A nice little knife, very sweet. And also a classic. I mean, this knife was designed by Kit Carson, who unfortunately recently died. And it's been a workhorse for CRKT for years. But before we go too far, I've been pointed out that probably I should be asking you to subscribe before I get too far into my videos instead of doing it at the very end. So, we're going to do that here first before I get to the actual knives. Now, if you look down below here, you'll see a link that lets you subscribe. And after you click on the subscribe, there's a little button that looks like a bell. And if you pick that and click on it, then you'll get a notification anytime I do a new video. So you won't miss any of them. So we'll just give you a minute here while you go ahead and click on the subscribe button, okay? Yeah. You're doing it, right? Have you clicked yet? What are you waiting for? Come on. I got time. I'll wait. Come on. You have? You've got it? You clicked the bell too, right? Okay, good. Then back on into what we were talking about. Anyway, one of my viewers asked me to look at the new ones. And I had actually reviewed the M16 EDC about a year ago. No, not quite a year ago, but a while back. And I liked the design to a certain extent. But what I didn't like was that it had what they called an xxKS lock on it, which means that once you open the knife, you had to disengage the lock before you could close the blade. And I don't mean just like with any frame lock or liner lock where you have to push that little bit of the frame or liner out of the way. You had to disengage a lock back here first and hold it disengaged before you could move the liner or frame to close the knife. It was supposed to be a safety feature to keep the knife from accidentally closing on your hand. And I'll admit it did its job. There was no way you could close the knife at all. But it also made it almost impossible to close the knife if you were in a hurry. And again, almost impossible if you were trying to do it one-handed. Say you just opened up a package and you didn't want to put the package down while you closed up your knife. Well, these new ones don't have that feature, which is a good thing. And I've got two of them. This one is the this one is the 03KS, and it's got a rather nice spear point. Black oxide wash on the blade. Very sweet. The other one is the 02KS. Again, very nice. Same black oxide wash on the blade. This one is a Tonto style blade, which I gotta admit, I love Tonto style knives. They are so good at punching into boxes when you're trying to open them. So we'll do most of our testing with this one. But either one, they've kind of gone back to the roots with these knives. Kit Carson was a Master Sargent, and he designed these knives for tactical use, or what he considered tactical use, and it is very sweet. I mean, the spear point is a kind of thin blade with a very sharp tip, just as the Tonto A little shorter blade, a little wider, but they really do a good job with that Tonto tip. Both cases, they've got metal frame. I believe the frame is, oh, let me double check this here. I had it somewhere. Where did I put that down at? Well, we'll just look it up this way real quick. Sorry, should have had this right at my fingertips, and somehow I lost what I was looking for. Yeah, and it just says stainless handle, and for some reason I thought it was, yeah. Well, the EDC I had looked at before had a Zytec handle. They say this is just stainless, but you know what? It feels more like a titanium to me. We'll take their word that it is stainless, though. Black oxide wash. The holes kind of lighten up the handle so that the fact that it's a metal handle doesn't overweight the knife. The blade is interesting because the EDC has an 8CR 15 MOV steel for the blade. This has a Sandif steel. To be specific, it's a 12C 27N, which makes a little bit higher quality blade. Some would say a much higher quality blade. Harder blade, so it's going to be a little bit more work to sharpen it, but it'll hold that edge faster. Definitely adds to the price, though. This baby is much more expensive than the EDC. I mean, this is right around $60 suggested retail price, and the EDC is only about $45 suggested retail price. So, but let's see how it does in our standard battery of tests. Kind of nice feel, very nice feel. So let's start. Standard piece of paper here. And yeah, sure can't beat that. Handles the paper without any problem whatsoever. Let's see here, I had some cardboard here. Where did I put that cardboard? Too much stuff here at times. Sorry about that. Well, here's a piece. Been whittled on a few times, but as I say, nice thing about Tonto, right in. Yeah, thick enough Tonto tip, you could probably punch through car door. This one isn't thick enough, obviously, but it's still punch right in. And as far as cutting, I'd hate to meet the cardboard box that could stop that knife. That is sweet. Hang packaging test. And we all know what the spear point will do, so that's why we're testing the Tonto style blade. And man, right in. Almost went in too deep. And that Sandif steel of the blade is just laughed at that. Very sweet. Very sweet indeed. So let's try some cordage. Standard paracord. As always, we'll start with a fairly large loop. Cut that sweet. Okay, tiny little loop. Not going to be able to get more than the tip through there. Let's see how that chisel point. 1, 2. Very sweet. As long as we're at it, let's switch over to spear tip, which should. And let's get something I can actually hold on to here. There we go. Yeah. Too small, obviously. Slightly bigger. Let's see. One. Same 2 cuts. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, let's get our much whittled on piece of wood here. We'll just start here in the center. Took that up. Nice. By the way, you should never really cut towards yourself like I'm doing here, but I did want to prove a point. And that is that things were nice enough that I could go right through. And since this is a Tonto style blade, hey, that's what Tontos are for. Piercing things. Did a pretty good job about that now, didn't it? Yeah, well, while we're at it, let's go ahead. Same place where I had been with the Tonto. Let's see how the spear point does. Pretty good. Not quite as nice, but pretty good. So, get that piece of paper back here. We'll test both edges to make sure that there was no damage done. Very nice. Yeah. No damage whatsoever. So there you have it. New M16s from CRKT, the KS lines. Beautiful knives. Great homage paid to original designer, Master Sargent Kit Carson. Very, very sweet knives. Either one will do you wonderful. And both come in serrated edge versions as well, if you happen to like serrated edge. I personally prefer plain edge because I don't have a lot of use for serrated edge, but at least not anymore. If you are an EMT or paramedic like I was, or even a police officer, and you need this serrated edge to cut through seat belts and other things at the scene of an accident, they're available. Same steel, same quality, same everything. Just can't. And now that they've gotten rid of that silly xxKS lock on the back, I like them even more. So, only... No, I take it back. What's even nicer is the pocket clip. If you look closely, you got holes that'll let you move that pocket clip to any position you want. You don't see that very often nowadays. So, another huge plus in this nice favor. And yes, you've got the same setup on the spear point as you do on the Tonto tip. Very sweet. And as you already saw, they open very, very smooth. Can't complain about that at all. There you have it. A little bit long, but since I was rambling on about 2 knives in one video, I don't think you can complain too much. Meantime, I hope I answered all of the questions y'all had. I hope the people who were asking me to do this review are happy. I think they will be. But I've got to run now, so you take care. I'll see you again real soon. Remember, if you're going to be doing anything at all, even if it's just answering someone's request for review, do it with attitude. See you now.